Welcome to PharmaChem's channel, Ultimate Guide to Pharmacy Student. Today we are going to discuss various steps for differentiate aromatic, non-aromatic and anti-aromatic compound. Myself, Dr. Mehul Patel, Assistant Professor, Ramanbhai Patel College of Pharmacy, Charodar University of Science and Technology. Please like and share my channels. You can also subscribe the channel to get the latest information about the chemistry and pharmacy field. So let's begin with the steps which are useful for differentiating aromatic, non-aromatic and anti-aromatic compound. Why this topic is important? Because in a many competitive examination, it may ask differentiate aromatic, non-aromatic and aromatic compounds. So let's begin. So before starting, we'll discuss about the aromaticity and the Huckel rule for the benzene. We know that to check the aromaticity of any compound, we are commonly using Huckel rules. But to differentiate aromatic, non-aromatic and anti-aromatic compound, you should keep in mind various other rules. So we know that benzene is aromatic compound. So in the benzene, there are certain condition it follow, and because of that it considered as an aromatic compound. It is more stable. In the benzene, the delocalization energy is 36 kilocalorie per mole, which is relatively higher than the expected for the cyclohexatriene. So now come to the point, the aromaticity. So in the benzene, the molecule is cyclic, it is a planar in form, it is also fully conjugated, and it also follows the 4n plus 2 pi rules where the n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So benzene fulfill all these criteria, and that's why we can say the benzene is aromatic compound. But what about the other compound? So how to check whether the compound is aromatic, non-aromatic or anti-aromatic? So here I am giving you the three-step method to identify aromatic compound, and we can say to differentiate aromatic, anti-aromatic and non-aromatic compound. There are three items on the list that you need to check in the order given. Be careful. Every time you must have to follow this order to check the aromaticity of any compound. The first and important checkpoint, that is if the compound is cyclic or not. So once you get the structure, just check whether the structure is cyclic or not. If your compound is not cyclic, it is non-aromatic. Clear? And if it is cyclic, then it may be aromatic. Here, be careful, it may be aromatic. Why? Because all the cyclic compound are not aromatic compound. Clear? In a other word, we can say to become an aromatic compound, it must have a cyclic nature. So all the aromatic compound are cyclic, but all the cyclic compound are not aromatic. Clear? Then come to the second point, whether the cyclic compound has a resonance form or not, or we can say the conjugated system is there or not. Conjugated system means the alternate double bond. So in this way the delocalization is possible, and because of the electron delocalization the resonating structure is formed. So if any structure has a resonance, it may be aromatic. It may be aromatic, right? Otherwise it is non-aromatic. Now come to the third point, that is Huckel rule. We all know that all the aromatic compound must follow 4n plus 2 rules. But what about the anti-aromatic and non-aromatic? So in the checklist, these rules come last. Count the total number of pi electron, If the number of pi electron is equal to 4n plus 2, then the compound is called as a aromatic. If the pi electron is multiple of 4, like 4, 8, 12, 16, etc., then it is anti-aromatic. If it is nor 4n plus 2 nor 4, then we can say compound is non-aromatic. Now, I simply explain that if your compound is cyclic, if it has a conjugated system or the resonating form, and it follows the 4n plus 2 rules, then it is called as aromatic. If your compound is cyclic, it has the resonating form, and the pi electron is in a multiple of 4, like 4, 8, 6, then it is called as an anti-aromatic. The third case, if your compound is cyclic, has a resonating structure, but doesn't follow the 4n plus 2 or the 4 rules, then it is a non-aromatic. Okay, so let's discuss with the example. First, that is cyclobutadiene. Now in this case we apply our rules. Is this structure is cyclic? Yes. Conjugated or the resonance structure is there? Yes, there is an alternate double bond, so the delocalization of electron is possible. So answer is yes. Is this structure is planar? Yes. Now count the number of pi electrons. How many does it have? It has the two double bond, so that's why the 4 pi electron. Now the question, is this molecule is aromatic? No, because it doesn't follow the 4n plus 2 rules. According to the 4n plus 2, it must have the 6 pi electron, but it has only 4. So what is the nature of structure? In fact, it is a anti-aromatic compound. Why? Because the number of pi electron is in a multiple of 4. So that's why it is an anti-aromatic. Clear? Next example, cyclopentane. We apply the rules. Is this structure is cyclic? Yes, answer is yes. Conjugated system is there. Here there is a double bond, but these double bond are not in a conjugated form. Okay, so the resonance is not possible. So answer is no. Then next, is there any need to check other rules? No. According to the our step, if any compound fail at the first step or the second step, then it is a non-aromatic. So there is no need to check the number of pi electron, and straight away this molecule is a non-aromatic as it doesn't fit the rules of the conjugated system. The next example, cyclopentane anion. When we apply the rules, the first comes, it this structure is cyclic. Answer is yes. Conjugated resonance possible or not? Now look at the structure. Because of the lone pair of electron, because of the lone pair of electron, it is possible to delocalize the electron, and because of the delocalization of the electron, the conjugated system is formed and the resonating structure is obtained, and the answer is yes. Is this structure is planar? Yes. Now count the number of pi electron. So how many does it have? The total number of electron is 6. The 4 electron from the double bond and the 2 electron from this anion lone pair. So is this molecule is aromatic? Yes, this molecule is aromatic because the number of pi electron is a 4n plus 2, and it follow the Haeckel rules and all the rules of the aromatic compound. and that's why this compound is aromatic. Now we'll move to the next example. This one is the heterocycle, and the name of this heterocycle is a pyridine. Now we apply the rules. Is this structure is cyclic? Yes. Conjugated or the resonance is possible? Yes, there is a delocalization of electron is possible. Is this structure is planar? Yes. Now count the number of pi electron. How many does it have? So there is a total 6 pi electron involved in the delocalization. So the number of electron is 6. Now the question may rise in your mind that the nitrogen also having the lone pair of electron, but this pair of electron doesn't involve or that doesn't participate in the delocalization. So that's why the number of pi electron is considered as a 6. Now we apply the 4n plus 2 rules. So according to the 4n plus 2, whether this molecule is aromatic? Yes, because it followed the 4n plus 2 rules. The n is equal to 1, so the total number of pi electron required is a 6, and this pyridine moiety has the 6 pi electron. So this compound is aromatic. Here, why the lone pair of electron is not considered in the counting of the total number of pi electron? The reason is the lone pair on the nitrogen does not participate in the electron delocalization within the ring, since there are already 6 pi electron available. So we can say it follows the rules of aromaticity, and the pyridine is aromatic in nature. Next example, that is pyrrole. Now we apply the rules. First, is this structure is cyclic? Yes. Is this resonance is possible? Yes. In this structure, the resonance is possible because of this lone pair of electron. So because of this lone pair of electron, the delocalization is possible, and that's why this compound produce their resonating form. Is this structure is planar? Yes. Now we count the number of pi electron. How many does it have? So the total number of pi electron will be 6. How? So there are 4 pi electron in the double bond and the 2 pi electron from the lone pair of electron from the nitrogen. Now you may have a question. Here we are counting this pi electron, this lone pair of electron in the counting of the pi electron, because this lone pair of electron involved in the delocalization. So that's why the total number of pi electron is 6. So now apply the Huckel rules. So according to the Huckel rules, it required the 6 pi electron, and the pyrrole has the 6 pi electron. So that's why this compound is aromatic. So the main reason behind the pyrrole is aromatic, that the lone pair on the nitrogen participate in the conjugation with the double bond. So there are total 6 pi electron in it, follow all the rules of aromaticity. So that's why this compound is aromatic. Here there are few structures for your exercise purpose. So please practice according to the various rules and in the sequence of that rules, and comment in the comment box of this channel. Thank you for watching Pharmachem channels. Please like and share. I would also like to inform that subscribe my channel to get the latest information about the pharmacy and the chemistry subject. Thank you very much.